Imagine what it would be like if you stopped caring about what others think of you. How would you act if you always did what you believed was the best choice, regardless of others' opinions? Where would you go? Let's do a quick visualization exercise. Think about the last situation where you wanted to say, ask, or do something, but didn't because you feared others' judgment. Now, imagine a version of yourself in another universe who did exactly what you lacked the courage to do. Visualize a version of yourself that did everything you avoided throughout life. How different is that version? How many times have you failed to be your best self because of others? By the end of this text, you will understand what you need to do to become your best self starting today. But for this to work, it is crucial to understand why you must urgently stop caring about others' opinions. Your life will be limited if you don't change. Skipping to the end or reading ready-made answers won't have the same effect. So pay attention and take a few minutes to reflect. Imagine you are at a party trying to impress people so they will like you. In no time, they start making jokes at your expense, and you laugh along, making jokes about yourself. At least everyone is laughing, right? You go home, feel uncomfortable, and keep dwelling on the situation, thinking about what you wish you had said or done. This is an extreme example, but it illustrates how often we change our behavior to create an impression we deem appropriate. This happens at school, at work, in college. But why is this a problem? The problem is that by trying to please others, you sacrifice your authenticity. You stop being who you really are and become a false version of yourself, a persona created to be more pleasant. Over time, you lose your essence, your individuality, and your sense of personal opinion. You become a puppet, shaped by others' expectations. And if one day this group or person supports an idea you disagree with, perhaps even something harmful, you won't have the ability to stand up for yourself. You lose self-respect and become someone who just accepts without questioning. This is especially dangerous during adolescence, when the desire to be socially accepted is so strong that many young people end up doing things they don't want to or don't believe in just to fit in. This behavior can lead to places, both physical and ideological, that do not represent who you truly are. Your decisions become shaped by the fear of others' judgment, and you stop living your own life, becoming merely a spectator. Have you ever stopped to think if you are truly living or just following a script written by others? In gaming terms, are you the protagonist of your story or an NPC non-player character who only acts when interacting with others? The difference is that an NPC has no free will. It just reacts to the environment. And you? Do you act by your own will or according to what is expected? Asterisk. Now that you understand the problem, the second question is, why do we do this? I'll mention some common causes, and you should reflect on which ones you identify with. Fear of hurting others. You avoid disagreeing or standing up for yourself to avoid discomfort. As a result, you become passive, accepting everything without questioning. Fear of conflict. You don't want to engage in clashes of ideas, so you prefer to agree with everything, even if you don't believe in it. Need for control. You try to shape your actions to control how others will react, but this is impossible because people are unpredictable. Inflated ego. You want to appear perfect and be the center of attention, but you end up living a life of appearances, lacking authenticity. And how do you change this? Here are some practical tips. Understand why. First of all, genuinely understand why you want to change. Without this understanding, any effort will be in vain. Stop comparing yourself. Compare yourself only to who you were yesterday, not to others. Competing with others is an endless game. Have a clear goal. When you know where you're going, it's easier to ignore others' opinions and focus on what really matters. Accept that it will be difficult. Changing ingrained habits takes time and effort. You will make mistakes, but don't give up. Be authentic. Stop trying to please everyone. You will never be friends with everyone, and that's okay. Remember, every time you worry excessively about what others think, you are sabotaging yourself. There is a version of you that is on the right path and becoming better than you are. The question is, what will you do to become that version? If you have made it this far and think this text has added value to your life, reflect on these ideas and put them into practice. Change won't be easy, but it will be worth it. You deserve to live life as your best version, not as a version shaped by others.